morning, it's Nancy today on a windy day. My hat will blow up if I put it on. It's starting to rain, so I better hurry up. I don't want to mess up my camera. Now, these are the tulips along Colonel By Drive in Ottawa. There's a tulip festival. I want to see if we can look at some tulips really closely. Let's look at a yellow one. That one is very healthy looking. It's one thing to just see tulips. Now, why isn't this focusing properly? We should be able to zoom in on those bits and those membranes. It doesn't look all that clear, does it? Let's see, here's the part that's clear. What is it like to be a tulip, you think? And to be surrounded by other tulips. See, it's the tulip that's moving, not me. I'm on the tripod. Now these tulips are about 1.5 feet tall. If I were to stand in the middle of them, see how big they are? Now let's look at the inside of a tulip. Oops. See, they start out nice and tight, and they get a little further open. A little more. A little more. And the wind will work on them. And the wind will break them. And finally it will remove all its petals from it, leaving it a bare stalk. And after it's a bare stalk, The goodness of the tulip, all the life of it, sinks back down into the stem and back down into the root and into the bulb. I know there's ground here somewhere, just a minute. Back down into the ground, into the bulb, saving of its goodness for next year. But if you cut it off, it will come back tiny. Did you see? Eventually it will wither away. I hope that was a tulip. Hold on, let me find now where that tulip is. That's not a tulip. Hold everything. Alright, I have to zoom out to find it. There it is. There's the tulip fading back into its bulb. Oh yes, and such is the life of the yellow and white tulips. Sometimes if they don't get windblown, sometimes the frost gets them. They don't like to be frozen. And they curl up. And then they fall apart. Their short life snuffed out prematurely. The Tulip Festival is actually over. It's been a long enough time that they've been out there for a while. Blooming everywhere. Let's go check out the next group, shall we? That was a lot easier than walking. Okay. I'll try one more thing. I'm going to try going really close to this bulb. This tulip. Because the cell structure of a plant is so pretty. A flower. Just beautiful. Okay. Now it's gonna rain, so I better go. Goodbye. Hello. Do you know what? People around here in Ontario, or at least right here where I am today, don't know about using raincoats. People in Holland, Panthera 50 will tell you, they wear raincoats full length, which will keep them nice and dry. But here, people just imagine that the rain is going to go away. It's not really raining. Now this person's working for the city, so he's decked out in it. Smart guy. But I keep passing people at bus stops, and they're standing there getting soaked. No rain hat, no rain jacket. They have a little tiny short spring jacket, you know, like just to their just cover the top. But that's not the way to be out in the rain. See, here's another person. Now this person is working out there, and yet, look what he's wearing. You know, he's gonna get wet. He's gonna get sick. Oh, he might get sick. He'll definitely get wet. Now, what if he lived in a place where it rained all the time, such as Holland? I just thought it was the smartest thing ever. They don't use umbrellas in Holland because the wind whips it all around. I just drove by a man whose umbrella was getting so badly whipped around. It had turned inside out and it was pushing him. It was a mess. And yet, they told us on the radio yesterday that your umbrella's not going to work, so wear your raincoat. Ah, look, there's a person with a raincoat on. Now that I said such a thing. However, she's got on an umbrella. Maybe that kind of umbrella will work because it's tucked so tightly around. Let's see what else we see up here as we drive in the rain. I'm so glad I went to Holland and found out about going out in the rain. It was something I had never really been taught in Canada. We have short rain. You know, it doesn't rain for long. It doesn't rain much or often. See, here we have another person who is wearing his suit pants or his blue jeans, destined to get soaked with his umbrella, which he can't use because it's raining too hard and it's going to blow it inside out. How ill-prepared is that? Here we are with all kinds of preparations to deal with snow and ice. We can really manage. We can go to the Arctic and we'll be warm. But give us rain and look what we do. No hat. All of his pants will be soaked by the time he gets there. Maybe he's just into getting soaked today. Frequently, it will rain at night. Now you wake up in the morning and it has already rained. Alright, well I'm going to turn here, so I'm not going to see a lot of more people. There's a person walking over there, crossing the road. Anyway, I just thought I would tell you that. We need to have raincoats and rain hats in our possession, and they are findable. You can find them and you can wear them. You can get them at Sally Ann for real cheap because nobody wants them. Nobody uses trench coats anymore, except the teenagers that want to be, you know, gangsters. Okay, well that's not all. I'm sorry, it was the wrong thing to say. Okay, goodbye. Hello, it's Nancy. Today, rainy days. Okay, now I have an idea. If you want to make a little container, you can do it from a branch. Now, I like birch because birches are pretty, but I think you could probably do it with lots of containers, lots of kinds of wood. What you would do, you're going to cut two sections out of a branch. Now, the trunk of the tree is fat. When the branch leaves the trunk, it is fatter than it is further out on the branch, right? The branch gets thinner and thinner and thinner. So, in order to do this, you're going to need two sections. One of your sections is going to be about that big, right? You're going to make two cuts in your branch. And the other section is going to be smaller, because this is eventually going to be a lid. Now this needs to be bigger, from closer to the trunk down your branch. So because this is going to be the lid and it's going to fit over. So what you're going to do after that, after you've got your section of branch, you're going to hollow it out, but not hollow it all the way through to make a tube. You're going to hollow it, but leave a bottom. You're going to leave some room in the bottom so that you now have a container. And because birch bark is waterproof, you've got a little waterproof container. Boy, is it ever raining. Rain coming down. Okay, so I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking at the driving. Then, with your little lid, your skinny little slice of branch, you're going to hollow it out so that you have, it's going to be the shape of a lid. It's going to have a flat part and it's going to have little sides that come down. So you're going to do the same thing that you did with the big one, only it's not as long. It's only shorter. So you leave a lid in that lid and you leave the bottom in the base. And then all you have to do is carve around the inside of the lid enough that they fit nicely on top of each other. You don't want this to be too big. You don't want to get a lid that's way bigger. You want them to fit properly and stay together. Isn't that a neat idea? Any branch of any size can become a container. Isn't that amazing? I never thought about that before. So of course now I'm on to something new. I'm making containers out of birch branches. I have one that is almost done, but I didn't leave a base in it because it was rotten wood. I ended up removing all the rotten wood, which was very easy, just wiggling it around and pulling the rotten wood out. Okay, that's it. You can try this at home. Don't hurt yourself. Bye. Good morning. I've been in the house too long today. I was going to answer all your questions on video, but I couldn't figure out how to do it the way I wanted to do it, so I haven't done it. Bringing some more cups out here. Look at this. This is full of water. We got a lot of water yesterday. I should put that in a container. Okay, I know I'm supposed to be working on that stained glass, and I'm also supposed to be doing something else, which I forgot. These are still working. Hope this stands up fine. This seems pretty sturdy. Okay, I'm working on this one, and I thought what I needed to do was get some cedar branches so I can make an arch that goes over. I'm going to stand the cedar branches up. This is rotten, so I'm going to put a good one on there, but I don't have a good one at the very moment now. So let's go find the cedar branch. Let's get a saw. I'll just take a little saw so we don't get too bogged down in stuff. Now, I just happen to have a very unused hillside full of, I guess I shouldn't show you all the underwear on the line, right? Now, this is all wet, and I'm going to get wet socks and a wet skirt. So let's just decide that's the way it's going to be. Hammock needs to go up. I've gotten some things up, put some of those away. The flowers are coming up in between them. Got some of those up. Oh, you wanted to know about the shelter top? I put some of those up. Okay, so what we're going to do is get some cedar branches. Now, this is the valley. I'll show you the valley. There's an oven bird in there. Okay, you see that? That's Dead Man's Run. Okay, now this whole hillside here is cedars. See, these are growing. Remember I planted them last year? Perhaps they'll take over, and those blue fescue, I divided that and put it here, covering this hillside a bit with flowers now. Okay, so I harvested all of the cedar branches I had in this pile here. Well, not all of them, but when I had been clearing the underside so I could get through here, I put them here, and my kids used them to light fires in the teepee. So, I planted this tree. And here we are. What a delightful place. So I thought, boy, it makes you want to whisper in here, doesn't it? Actually, I was wondering also, boy, that ovenbird is right in there somewhere. What a beautiful place. Okay, this branch could come. Okay. This is a very long branch. I'll put it there, aiming out the doorway. This is a spruce tree. There would be good roots under there. Okay, let's see what else. I can really hear me. How about some of these branches that are on the ground in here? It's right in there, between here and there. Yeah, let's see. I think he's right there. This tree in the middle is a little too big there, isn't it? Maybe we should take some of those branches. See, this is all cedars. So all these low branches would be good for what I want to use them for. One. You go there. I'll pick it up in a second. Sorry about that. Did you get dizzy? So, I've got those two branches. It's a little difficult to get in here, close enough to the tree. Three branches. Okay, so let's get out of here first. Oh, it's raining, isn't it? That's that noise. I'll put that on one. Oh, now I'm going to get soaked. Two. Three. Maybe I have to stay under these trees some more. And so, cut this one here. Kind of neat in here looks like camping. Sorry. I dropped you again. I'll look at this branch here. So be careful not to break some little branches off of them. Let's take this one here. Now, cedar branches are always, well, I shouldn't ever say always, but anyway, cedar branches are bent, generally. Okay, see if we can get these three at the same time. Oh, the can hat fell down. Now you get to look into the hat. Oops. Hello. Well, I replaced that post over there, and I'm putting these up against it. Needs to be put angles on it so it can't bend. Okay, this is a little tall. If I can remove it. No. Okay, we'll leave it there. And now I guess I'll put some of the ones from the other side on. I did one to show you everything happening, but then it didn't work. It was 13 minutes long, so I had to, I don't know, I may chop it or I may just delete it. Chopping is a lot of fun. Okay, I'm going to see if I can put this underneath those to kind of prop them up. Oh dear. Not underneath. I'll rip them all down. Okay. So that'll hold them up, I hope. Okay, I have to make sure that that's tall enough for grilling. Put it up higher like that. So it's time to screw things in again. Okay, so out comes the screwdriver and the screws. This is how you use a screwdriver after it's too tight. By pushing the button and leaving the tip in the screw, you can rotate it backwards. With this driver anyway. You have to leave the button pushed. Okay, so that one's in, that one's in. So that'll sort of hold that up. I don't have any energy today. So I'm just puttering very slowly. No energy. I need some of those little screws. I thought I put them in the jar. Oh, that was the other ones I must have put in the jar. Where did they go? Maybe I never brought them outside. Okay, so we have more of these branches. We could use this one now. So, now we've got one over here. I'll hold that up. Like so. Now these are all going to get woven together. And cedar doesn't wreck anymore. I don't know what your wooden arbor was like before, but if you use cedar, it'll stay forever. Now this part here, I'm a little perplexed about it. You see, I have this chair there to sit on. You've been so good sitting there all this time. Okay. So, now if I want to make this into its own little arbor, these ends are going to be too long. If I want to make an arbor that arches this way so that you can sit on that, I'll have to put a piece of round thing on that stump. So that means these two need to go. These two need to be cut off here somewhere. And then from the ends here I'll arch it the other way. And maybe from up there I'll put some that go this way. What have I got left? I have one left. I need to finish doing this. See, it's going to be hard to arch this last part if I don't have anything there to arch it from. But maybe I could just cut them here. And this would be kind of cozy. Well, I don't know. It's kind of nicer if you can be part of the arbor. So I guess they should get cut there. Let's put one more up on the end here. Our last one. See, those are going to be, I forget what they're called. Looks like I pushed my hostas over. See all the lilies? Lily of the valley. That's not lily of the valley though. Okay, so this can go over like this. Something like that. I have to screw these things in now. They do stay pretty well just with pressure, but of course we all know what'll happen when we have a bit of wind, which we get a lot of. That's kind of nice. I'll have to put lights up those too. That'll be pretty. Hey, that is looking pretty good. I like this one here too. My plates. See how clean the dishes are now? It's rained for a few days. Hey, it didn't clean that. Rain didn't do its work. Okay, that's it. Bye. Hi, it's Nancy today. You know, somebody said, so I guess you're a pretty back to nature person, and I didn't really think about it like that. But I stung myself with some nettles on my arm, and it's pretty bad, so I immediately thought of looking for this plant that makes it stop stinging. I guess I am kind of a back to nature person. I guess that's what they would call me. But I don't see my plant. Must be here somewhere. It usually grows wherever there's nettles. I forget the name of it right now. It has beautiful little yellow flowers later. It's got lots of leaves on it. I forget the name of it. Maybe it's not here. Maybe it's at the dam. Oh dear. Well, I really got stung badly with nettles yesterday. I harvested a year's supply from somebody, and I got my arm and it hurt really badly for a long time. Is this it? I don't think so. No, that's its own. I wonder if this is it. I don't think so. I don't know what it looks like without... Maybe it's this. Hey, that must have been it. Okay. So it's this plant. Yay, I found it without its flowers on. Pretty cool, eh? Okay. So we're late for church. We have to go. It was nice of them to stop here for me so I could get relief from this. Okay, well, I guess I'll talk to you later. Oops, I'm stepping in. It's pretty wet out here. I've had a lot of rain lately. There he is, waving patiently. Not on my path. Need my path over here. I'm so glad I found it. Okay. I just love hearing the thunder. It's neat how you're staying all dry. I'm sorry to bring you out here in the rain with me. Oh well. Well, I was so hot. I was in the willows. And I remember I went along the fence row. I counted 88 willow plants that are growing. And all I did was I went to Mira and I cut willow and I cut them into sections. Like they were, you know, whatever, big around. And so I cut them into foot-long sections. So I'd get 3 or 4 from a willow. Maybe more. No, that's about it. And then I would just push them in the ground. I'd push them in as far as they would go. I would be very careful not to bend them, not to let them, you know, and if they didn't go in far, I'd pull them back out and try it somewhere else. But I would get them in very deep, 8 inches or so. I figured if they got in below the level of that thick grass that's in there already, you know, the marsh grasses, the sedge, then they would have a chance to grow. They don't like to be crowded. That little bug's eating me. I think that's a no-see-um. No-see-ums are very tiny. You notice there's no deer flies right now. They don't like the rain, I guess. The mosquitoes are here in full force. Yep, they like their presence to be known. Anyway, so what I did is I counted all those along the fence the other day, and then I counted them again today, and this time I wrapped them all, or I tied little orange bits on them. So that orange bit will always be there, I hope, and I just can't believe it's working. I mean, I knew it would work. Oh, there's a bird over there. It's a black and white warbler. Hey, cool. You're not alone, even though at times you're really on your own. I like that song. Anyway, so then after I did that, I went into my labyrinth. You remember when I planted the labyrinth? Did I show you that when I was planting it? Once again this year, I think I planted my willow along the fence. Not last fall. I planted more last fall. And the spring a year ago it was growing well. I planted it the fall before that. So it'll be this will be the 3rd fall. Well, so it's a year and a half old, I guess. And at the same time, oh look, we've got sunlight coming through the clouds. With some thunder. Look at how dark it is down there. See, the storm has moved away. This is so cool. I did it. I didn't have to run to the house or even the outhouse. It stays pretty dry in the outhouse. I've never had my toilet paper bag in there get wet. It just doesn't get wet in there. Things will, like the books will curl up on the edges, but it's just the humidity. They don't get wet in there. So that was going to be my retreat if I needed one. There it is. Sunshine and thunder. How awesome. Just awesome. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes, about my willow, my labyrinth. So this last spring, I stuck willow in there to make a labyrinth. But then I couldn't tell where they were or if they grew. I just assumed they all died. And so this year, I did it again. I went to Mira in the spring, and there were some that were really thin that nobody had cut in the fall. And I knew they were just going to grow up and fork into a million pieces, which is no good, because if they fork into a lot of pieces, you can't weave with them. So there's no sense having them like that. So I cut all the little tiny, tiny pieces. And then I brought them home, and I walked through snowshoe labyrinth is what I call it, because, well, if you go look at my videos on labyrinths, you'll see snowshoe labyrinth. I even need shade now. So snowshoe labyrinth, I had tread that down in the spring, and I think and the grass was still tread down. I guess I tread it down in the last summer. I used the snowshoes in the summertime, and I walked the labyrinth. I created it, and as I walked it as I created it, right? Kind of like a spiral, but with turnbacks back, you know, here and there. And so, so the grass was still flattened down in those areas along that pathway. So this spring, when I harvested those at Mira, I brought them home and I walked my labyrinth and I put them in all along the whole thing. And so today, they were quite tall and they had leaves on them. They were very skinny, but they all had leaves on them. And then I walked the labyrinth a couple times and I marked where they were and where my turnbacks were and all that, because it was kind of hard to tell sometimes. But today I went in there with the rest of my survey tape, orange tape, and I marked I tied some of them, you know, foot-long pieces. I tied it on at the base of all the ones that were alive. And I was so blown away. I didn't realize it until I got out of there that I had gotten up to 99. There were 99 living willows in there. Do you realize that? 99 in the labyrinth. And there are some that might grow, but they didn't have leaves on. And I only counted the ones that had leaves on. Oops, there goes our sunshine. These mosquitoes are really making a patchwork out of my legs. I am a veritable graveyard of mutilated mosquito body parts. My legs are anyway. Anyway, so 99 are living. Not only does that mean that I will be able to have a labyrinth that will actually grow and show up like the labyrinth at Mira, but I will also have that many more willows to harvest for making baskets. That means I have 99 plus 88. That's 187. See, mental math, you move the 1 from the 99. It needs another one just to be 100, so you take it from the 88. So now you've got 87 and 100. That's very easy to add. Whether you don't want to add 99 plus 87. Let's see, 99 and 88. 9 and 8, and 9 and 8. That's, you know, that's too much work. So you just go move 1 out of your 88, so you got 87, and now you got 100. So you got 187. That's mental math. I taught that to my kids. It's a really good book I used for homeschooling them for grade 5 math. Anyway, so I have 187 living willow plants. Isn't that awesome? That's so cool, because no matter what happens now to the labyrinth, I mean, you never know what could happen. The labyrinth, the schoolhouse could get sold, and if it got sold, who knows what would happen to the labyrinth if it got dug up and landscaped. You know, all these things do happen. Of course, our place, you know, I am assuming that we will be here forever. And I mean, that is just by the grace of God. One never knows. So, I'm very pleased. It took a long time to explain, didn't it? I can be very long-winded. It's getting still out here again. Well, except my trees. The trees that I'm hanging on are rocking, are moving. Hey, you're moving. Well, you're not really. You and I are both moving. All of us. There's 800 of you looking down here. Oh my gosh, 800 people in this camp. I don't know, now I feel embarrassed. Oh, should I even be talking to you? Who are you people anyway? I try to get to know you. There's some of you I like. A lot of you I like. People that I have met that I've asked you your names, and you know, you tell me about your lives, and I mean, you know about my life. My name is Truman. Boy, that's a loud one. Ooh, it's dark on that horizon. I'm lying here thinking maybe I've wasted my time to vacate the area before it really thunders and really falls on me. Of course, it's going the other direction now. Things come from the west. So I think I've already missed that. I think that's going the other direction. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. How long have I been blabbering on? I better shut up. I better hush. See ya. Hello, it's me, Nancy, today. Well, I have really been busy at work. After it's rained, I thought it might rain again, and it looked like and threatened to rain really hard. So I retreated to the outhouse. When I did, I brought my bag with my cameras in it and put it there in the outhouse. And then, while I still had nice weather, sort of, I set about setting up this hammock. Now it's smooth on one side and it's rough on the other. Anyway, and the way I did it, I just cut an even number of holes in the fabric, and I put my thread through, and then I tied a loop on one end, and then it goes through here, and then it goes around the tree, and then it ties to there. And now I can move this up and down so that the hammock doesn't have to stay in one spot. Now on this side I didn't put it around twice or wrap it around, it's just once. But this is now a perfect spot for me. You see, I can lie in my hammock and I have the outhouse close by where it's my little house, right? And it's an outhouse too. So I have my camera and stuff protected in case it rains. And of course I have my journal here, so I can lay in my hammock and journal, which I've been doing. Is there anything else I should explain to you? Oh yes, the outhouse was falling down. It was at quite an angle. So inside, I took a piece of rope and I put it through the slats of the boards and then out through there. And then I tied it to a tree. Now it was still at a bad angle, so I went over there and I found this tree which was broken. I braced it against the top and then I drew this closer and closer and closer until the outhouse was way up off the ground here. And then I found this piece of board that the hydro people come along every so often and they cut down trees that are possibly going to go up into the wires or that are a problem. So I I found them. I peeled it and I brought it over here and slipped it down in there. And then I released the pressure from this, so it's now sitting on the log. So it's not perfectly square. In fact, it's pretty unsquare. But at least it's not falling down. It was really falling down before. I'll have to have another go at it later. But that's pretty good for today. Okay, so now, that's what I wanted to tell you about this. I'll tell you about the next thing in a new video. Goodbye. Hello, it's me, Nancy, today. I wonder what I look like. Jeepers, I've been out in the woods. I feel like I'm camping. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to make a bench. I have this awesome book. It's called Rustic Garden Projects. And it's by, where's her name? By Dawn King. Now, Dawn makes her living making these and giving workshops. Anyway, so she's put out this wonderful book. And in it is something I want to make, which is a bench. So let's find the bench. Here it is. A garden bench. So she's got a wonderful diagram with all the labels of what things are, and then down here a list of ingredients, materials. So since I just happen to be in the midst of all these cedars, many of which are down on the ground where I cut a nice pathway through here, many of the branches, not the trees, I didn't cut the trees down. And so what I've done, since I don't want to ruin my book, this is a Write in the Rain notebook. See? Write in the Rain. Should sell them on Etsy, you know. Anyway, so I've made a diagram and I've made a list of what I need to make this. 2 short rails, 1.5 inch by 22 inches, armrest, braces, trim piece, seats, rear legs, front legs, long rails, and curved top rail. So that will all make that. So, now then, so my next move is to put the book away. I want to put it back in the outhouse in case the wind blows and all the water that's on those leaves falls down. I have my tape. I have my saw. And so I'm going to collect these branches. Now, if I decide, oh my gosh, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to collect, let's see how many pieces this is. 2, 4, 6. That one I can't get now. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 pieces. That would be 30 cuts. That's a lot of sawing. I can't do that. So I would say, oh, I can't do that. Forget it. Won't do it. But really, I'm not going to think about it like that. I'm just going to go and see if I can get 2 rear legs, which are small trees, 2 inches by 6 feet. How hard is that? I can find 2 little trees and make 2 cuts, 1 from each. See, I don't have to make 30 cuts. So I'll just work on that. When I get the 2 back legs, I'll see if I still have any energy and want to do some more. Okay, you want to come with me? All right. we shall go put this away. Oh, my pen. Don't want to lose my pen. I'm going to use those little pieces there. I'm going to put them on here, slats, so things can't fall through. Okay, so in it goes into here. I'll keep my little mark, my little notebook. And I'll also get out my clippers just in case I need them. And I just see over here 3 cedars that have broken out of the tree. The tops of the trees broke in the ice storm 10 years ago. So cedar doesn't rot. It's really good. Well, I mean, it will eventually. So let's go back over here and get our saw, where I keep it on the ground, just so I don't lose it, you know. Okay, and I think we have to go, how do we get there from here? Hey, a slug. I guess I could go around the back. That would probably be the easiest. See, look, some more sticks. These I broke off with that branch as I was uprating the... Okay, so 6 feet long is what I need. 2 trees, 6 feet long. And she wants them to be... Let's check this out again. She wants them to be 2 inches wide by 6 feet. Okay, let's see how wide these are. Inches. That's about a little more than 2 inches. So 6 feet long. You see, I could have all that stuff still left on it. This branch is broken. It's just caught in there. So 6 feet long. I don't think that it needs to be 6 feet long all the way up. I mean, I don't think it needs to be 2 feet wide all the way up. I think it needs to be 2 inches wide. I think it needs to be 2 inches wide from where it's going to be screwed into each other. But you know, cedars don't seem to stay the same length, same width all the way up, right? Some will. Okay, well let's see now. The bench is going to be 22 inches deep. Well, the height of the bench is going to be the distance from the ground to the underside of my knee, right? That's how big I want my bench. So let's just measure that. Then we'll know exactly what we're doing. Okay, so we'll put our tape measure on the ground, down there. And we'll find the back of my knee. And we're at 19 inches. So 19 inches. So from the ground, 19 inches needs to be at least 2 inches thick. Okay, it's going to be a little difficult to keep you here when I'm doing this. I have to put down my clippers, hope I don't lose them. And my tape measure goes to 60 inches, that's 5 feet. Let's see, put my notebook down. So 5 feet. Let's see now, how far is 5 feet? Okay, so 5 feet is about here, and that doesn't go all the way, of course. Okay, so 5 feet would be about there. So, and we've got another foot on the end of it. But we could take, let me see, where is it? 2 inches wide. Okay, it starts to be 2 inches wide. About there. Okay, so from there, I need it to be 20 inches. From there. So we'll go to 40 here. Okay, so then, if I want it to be 2 inches wide where I'm going to put my sorry, I had a mosquito on me, where I'm going to have it under my knee. Then I need to be at least 20 inches beyond that. So let's give it a little extra. We'll go to here, okay? And that is where we shall cut, between these two pieces. Okay? I'm not going to keep you on here while I cut. Bye. I will do this and I will get another one the same length. Because there's 3 of them here. So I'll take that one behind it, I guess. Okay, see ya. You can do this at home. Want to see a rainbow? Double rainbow? Pretty though, isn't it? What? No, I can only see one. Oh, there is 2? Helping Tish move. Abraham neglected to go to bed last night. He was quite busy being up all night with his brother on the computer. It doesn't look like I'm going to get a very good view, unless it's right here. Hi, it's Nancy. Today I gotta show you. Look at how dark it is outside. It was not dark a minute ago. That's my Willem. He doesn't like to be on camera. Look at this. Dark, 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 dark. And now we have the reason why. There's a big dark sky over there. Now it's just dark everywhere. Oh, did you see the lightning? Hey, did you see my flowers? Aren't they pretty? The other ones are done now. And here it comes. Lum-ta-lum-ta-lum-ta-lum. Oh, that was close. Isn't this cool? I love it out here. It's a metal roof. My laundry baskets are out there to get clean. Let's go look out the other door. Here, unplug my computer. Oh, it's very splashy wet here. I want to go look at this room. This is, I want to see Ben. Look at it, there it is. I've heard that go away before. Look at how dark it is. Dark, dark, dark. See, he's been working on my, framing my wall window. Oh, you know what? You can hear it really loud right there because that's just the plywood. Hear that? No insulation on that. Hey, hey, hey! Okay, let's go back out and listen to the other one. Take the laundry basket with us. There he is, sleeping, sleeping. You can't tell that my house is nearly immaculate, can you? No, it's almost bald. Ooh, I might not have any power today. You guys are going to be gone and I'll be here with no power. And I won't be able to journal or anything. Let's see how it's falling on the pebbles. Oh, we can see it falling on here. See, my birch bark is all between those layers. One 1,000, two 1,000. Whoa, it's 600 meters away. That is 2/3 of a kilometer. Did you know that? Sound travels at 300 meters per second. So when you count 2 seconds after the lightning, it's 600 meters away. It's not 2 miles. Not far. It's over there at the neighbor's house. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. It's a kilometer away. But the whole thunder is still thundering, so it's even further away too. Rain on the flowers. Oh, it's thundering and lightning. We should hear a big crack. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens. Wow, it's getting louder. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000. And there's the beginning of it. 7 1,000. I think there's thunder throughout this whole big cloud. Not just in one place. There's thunder, there's lightning throughout it. Raindrops on roses and whiskers. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 5 1,000. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens. Silver white winters that melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee sings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. Okay, bye. I'm gonna run out of time, but I'll do another one. Would you like another one? Okay. Hi, we're back again. This is part 2 of the very same thunderstorm, which has darkened up our morning. Our sunrise, it was very, very bright out here. Not anymore. We're looking at raindrops on everything. Let's see if we can see the raindrops on the crown vetch. Oh, it's letting up. Oh, it heard me say that. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens. Now every raindrop has a beautiful mirror of everything around it. Of course, I think they're inverted because you can see that the sky is at the bottom of this raindrop. We're at 70x, so I can't go any closer now. Whoa, he's gone. Silver white winters would melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad. Look how it's all flattened down. Ha, couldn't get me, no. I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel. Oh, there they are. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Oh, I hear movement. Hello? What's this? A stomach. You have my umbrella's in the car, so. And so here we have a very ingenuitive 27-year-old. That's my Ben. Kevin to you. Da 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 da. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Oh, we have the second one.
Okay.
Moving right along here. Goodbye, Willem.
Goodbye, darling.
Wish me lots of power today as I try and do things online. Goodbye. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Bright copper kettles and honey mittens. La la la. Silver white winters would melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. Goodbye! They're gonna look funny carrying those things over their heads in Ottawa. Dear. Our car's lights turn on automatically when you turn on the car. I drove over the border one day and somebody flashed their lights at me as if I had left my lights on. These are called daylights. Running lights, I'm sorry. And the running lights are on to keep you safe. Oh, Canada, sure looks messy out there, doesn't it? I have planted things out there. Here, I think that's a tomato plant. All this wonderful rain. It's not exactly what they wanted. Look, they're gone. Empty. I'm glad I closed the door of the teepee. That cloth fabric there is not in the right place. As you can see, it's supposed to be over that hole right there. But this is what happens when you don't screw things down. Look at all these raindrops that you can see now. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens. Silver white winters. Ah, my battery is gonna die. That melt into. Oh, there's another one. You see how the top of this is the sky. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, we're gonna have to get one that's really close by. Okay, so we're gonna do some zooming with my wonderful zoomy camera. Thank you all very much for my zoomy camera. Okay, here we go. Now wait a minute, there was a raindrop right there. When I don't want it to look through things, it looks through things. Look at that, it's looking right through the raindrop. I wanted to see it. Okay, here we go, right here. See a little bud. No. Zoom in on it? No. Okay, now where's these raindrops? There's some on the edge of that. See, at the bottom is the sky of the reflection on the raindrops. Come back, wherever you are. You'd probably like it if I used my tripod for such things as this, wouldn't you? You have more thunder. But we have run out of dark clouds. Oh, look at there, over there, over there. La 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 la, as the caissons go rolling along. And it's high, 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 da 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 da. La 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 la. Dum dum da dum. This is one of those reunion of the clouds, you see. These are gaillardias. So you can walk through the flowers with a camera like this without even getting outside. Over hill, over dale, we will beat the dusty trail as the caissons go rolling along. Caissons have something to do with cannons, I think. And it's high, high, ho, and off to work we go. La 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 la. Da dum dum da 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 da, as the caissons go rolling along. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to quit the smoothie and do something else. Ta-ta! Hello, it's Nancy today. Well, I drove through the woods for a while and I found another pond, a little lake. It's kind of a pretty little lake. So I'm going to kayak on it. You've got stuff all over your face. Okay, well anyway, so here we go. The roads that got me to this lake are not maintained in winter. This is quite an isolated little spot, and yet there appears to be a few houses here that are year-round. You know, I'm surprised by how dry it is. We had so much rain in July. I don't think we had much in August. I don't think we've had any in September. Usually the fall, autumn is when you have so much rain. I like the weather, but you know, I suppose it should be like it's supposed to be. But what's it supposed to be anyway? Just because it's been that way before doesn't mean it needs to be that way. I like it in autumn when it's dry. I little woodpecker somewhere out there. Look at these old stumps. I was driving along looking for a place to kayak and I saw this body of water on the GPS. So nice. Oh look, there's the blue darn, the green, well whatever it is. It's a blue. It was a rough storm. And it resulted in this tree being here. I love exploring lakes. Do you like it? I just love seeing different things. I like just rocks and trees. I've seen enough of that same foliage that you see. You know, the pickerel weed and that red stuff that I don't know what it is with the long lines. See, that one right there looks like a fish standing up on his arms. one up there with the black on it. Look at that. Looks like it was squished. It was pinched in a vise. This looks like that island I was at the other day, doesn't it? At sunset. Oh, look, there's some loons. I guess I am danger. Okay, they've disappeared. I think I'm going to turn this off and make it so I can see better. Goodbye. Sort of a danger call. No, I'm pretty far away from it. Difficult because they're moving. I'm also moving. Hey, where'd you guys go? Oh, there's a third one over there too. No, I guess it wasn't the third one. It's a blue heron. I don't suppose you could see him either. Okay, shall we carry on? Just go, oops, sorry. Just go along the side here. Oops, sorry. There we go. Okay, I turned down the view, the light in the camera display. I turned that down so that I can't see what you're looking at, but you can sort of see what I'm looking at. I'll have to stop and turn it up again if I have to show you something and zoom in, but this makes the battery last longer for me. Thanks for that idea of using a harmonica holder for the camera. I have it on the tripod today. That's a great idea. I'll look for one when I'm in town today. You know, I get up in the morning and I think about kayaking. It was quite cold last night. I think it frosted again. This is the 20th of September. It frosted the night before, I think, as well. I have my hibiscus inside now. Oh, and I set up my grandmother's loom in the bedroom so I can weave on it now. I don't mind working at the new loom, setting it up, but I also just like weaving. So this will give me the chance to be weaving or be setting up the loom. Oh, look at this thing. Look at that big upside down one. So that's something. Oh, look at these beautiful little flowers. Now that's new. I've never seen them before. Oh, the kayak is turning. Blown away. Let's go into the wind. There's that cool stuff. It's got a pine cone in it. It was a huge tree, wasn't it? Huge. cleaned up the pond by bringing all these over here. They've definitely been moved around, haven't they? I love hearing the wind blow. Think I can go through them? Let's see as we get closer. There's something up there. Blowing. I'll just stop now that I'm showing you how the wind is blowing my hat. Just showing you down under the water. Blowing us away. we've come around the side of Home Lake. Come around that side. Then the wind blew us here. And now we're going around the other side. It's like a dock on the pathway. That was a kingfisher. Sorry, I'm pushing it the wrong way. Oh look, there's a mushroom. Oh, beautiful hemlocks. Wow, I didn't even see him. I was just showing you the house. Very still now in this spot. Did I catch the blue heron on here?
this is what fishing is like. Just sitting in one place. I hear the wind coming behind me. Beautiful photo. Okay, there's a woodpecker on that tree over there. Let's see if we can see him. Okay, the kayak's moving, so let's see if we can come in towards shore. Let me get a better view of them. It's going a long time. Should be a flicker if it's going a long time, but maybe I've got him mixed up. So I guess that means that he's not hammering on that tree anymore. A stump. Ooh. Something just dropped in here with me. Some kind of beetle. He went down over there. He was as startled to see me as I was to see him. It's beautiful there, isn't it? That was a beautiful photo that I didn't take. But I think I'll take it now. Goodbye. Can't take a photo and this at the same time.